Hello and welcome back to my Let's Take a Look at UnderRail. We are at the GMS Compound and we are looking for a security guard to open that door. And Gorski told us to be resourceful, so let's keep that in mind. Now I consider the GMS Compound as the last of the introductory quests. The difference with the previous two is that this will be much more difficult. A little bit of a difficulty spike, maybe. Yeah, traps are not combat utilities, so put them on the action bar. It's probably time I started using the traps. I have invested in the skill, so first thing you need to do on this floor is just check everywhere for useful stuff. To prepare you for the floors below, where we need to go eventually, as Gorski already suggested. And the Omni tool, you can open a ventilation shaft with this. It does require a certain level of lockpicking skill, and how much is not specified, but that is dependent on the difficulty of the ventilation shaft in question. Now, what if you do not have the lockpicking skill? That is entirely possible, of course. In that case, you can use a crowbar. There is a restriction, you need a certain amount of strength. Again, this is not specified. A certain amount of strength depending on the difficulty of the ventilation shaft. And I think you can find a crowbar on this floor, but I am not really sure. Yeah, one outlet is free, so let's change that to the elevator. Since the crowbar is needed for the ventilation shafts, if you do not want to use lockpicking, I would assume you can find one on this floor, but I am not certain. Now, what if you do not have lockpicking skill and not enough strength? That's also possible. Well, the ventilation shafts are optional. They are not required to complete this mission. Although when you go downstairs, you might think that they are at some point. Now, if you use the oddity XP system, I do recommend taking the lockpicking skill. A lot of the oddities are in locked boxes, and you will miss out on all of those. Yeah, right now I'm just rechecking the kneecap effect. It does take away all the movement points from the enemy, but they can still move. They just need to use their action points for that. Now that is still very useful, of course. If they use their action points for movement, they cannot attack, or at least do less attacks. Yeah, I will use the Omni tool pretty often, so it's probably best to stick it on the action bar somewhere. That's nice. Detection levels apparently high enough to discover this safe. Let's see what's inside. And some Stygian coins. It's another currency. Up to now we have been using the SGS credits. And a key, not a key card. That is what we are looking for. And there is an enemy near, but well, I cannot see him. Yeah, I didn't take the key. Key is still in the backpack. So, kneecapped. Let's get some distance. This guy will need to use his action points to get to us, and he cannot attack. And maybe it's time to use the elevator. Level 3. Unresponsive. So let's go to storage. And intruders detected. Sentry bots have been activated. These bots are very dangerous, and I wasn't in stealth. Bit of a mistake, probably a fatal mistake. And it's no use opening the ventilation shaft. I do not think you can enter them while in combat. So my best bet is to get into a room, close the door and wait. The sentry bots will not be able to open the door. Human enemies will, however, and I do not have enough electronic skill to open these doors. So that plan failed. Time for plan B, which is running away. Yeah, not much options. And there is the second bot, so this will be game over. These guys do not only shoot you, they also throw flashbangs, which incapacitate you, in this case for 2 turns. And when that happens, you are basically a sitting duck. Yeah, I do not have enough skill or not enough action points to open that door. Taking a shot is probably not that useful. You cannot kill it in one shot, and well, if you miss, then it's definitely game over. But fortunately you can always reload, and in this case the autosave was active, so we are at the beginning of the level again. Let's go upstairs and think about it for a minute. What shall we do? We probably need to get into the ventilation shafts. Now what if you cannot get into those? That is possible. No lockpicking skill or no strength. Well, you will probably need to rely on your combat skills. I believe that if you have a sledgehammer, that will be very effective, especially when you have the upgrade that does electrical damage, or if you have EMP grenades. There are a few in the storage level, but I'm not sure where they are. A regular frag grenade, still good find. So your fighting skills, and if that isn't enough, you can manipulate the movement of the sentry bots a little bit by using the security cameras. I'll get to that a little bit later when we are back at the storage level. These bots are basically patrolling, but when you are in view of a security camera, the green light will go to orange and then red, and a small alarm will sound. That will alert the sentry bots and they will go to that location. So it may be possible to, well, navigate the map in this manner. I haven't tried it, and I think it requires a lot of timing, excellent timing, but I think it should be possible. Also, the added noise system, I'm not sure if that works with sentry bots. Humans can be lured with noise, maybe into a minefield or a bunch of traps you just set up. And there's the camera, the light is now green, so if you are in view the light will go to orange and then red, and then the bots are alerted and will go to that location. So if you are somehow able to move quickly and a little bit out of sight of other cameras, you may be able to navigate the map without using the ventilation shafts. So there are several ways available to get to the item you really want from this level. Which is a key to the third level. The commons. And I think that key isn't even really necessary if you have a lot of lockpicking skill. But we will try to find the key. And these ventilation shafts sometimes give access to a closed room. So you can safely loot all the stuff. Another option is to shoot the security cameras, so the sentry bots will not be going to that location. Well, they will if it is on their normal patrol route, but you will not alert them by means of the security cameras. So you can destroy them, but if you do that, you will lose the possibility of manipulating them. So that's up to you. Plenty of ammo left. Unfortunately, it doesn't do much against these sentry bots at all. So what I'm looking for now are the EMP grenades. I think there are 2 on this level. Now for grenades you preferably have a little bit of throwing skill. Right now I do not have any throwing skill at all. So when using these grenades you also need a little bit of luck. And this doesn't give access to a room. There should be another access point that leads directly into a room. Well, close enough. Yeah, let's first check this, maybe here. This is even better. Let's see if the grenades are here, hopefully. No. Well, I'm certain there are a few on this level, so we'll just keep looking. For this character they are really needed if I want to kill these sentry bots. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.